George Alves says, I still don't consider Gamester81 an e-beggar. He's an alright dude, but considering his last video is a failed comedian too, was he trying to, employ comedy in that video? If he was, I don't know. I would say he's a failed comedian, Seems like an alright guy, though. I'll say that. Seems like an alright dude from, what I gather. Like, I don't know much about him. It's funny how almost all of the All Gen Gamers podcast casts succumb to e-begging. MJR, he was in that. Pete Dorr, Twitch. Jason, I don't know how to... Heinz Ketchup, right now on GoFundMe asking money for his medical bills. I used to enjoy that podcast. All this e-begging won't erase the good that they made, but it's so sad to see how moral corruption affected this bunch of guys. Even conventions that used to be safe places to hang out with like-minded people are now totally ruined by panels of acting like Hollywood celebrities. We, the loyal viewers, have put them where they are now, and they didn't give us nothing in return. They got corrupted by the system. Very, very sad. I'm not jealous of their possessions or their social status, and I don't wish them any harm. I just wish the old spirit of YouTube would come back to make us all feel happy again. All this misery is beyond decadent, but because I'm naive, I believe in a better future. I didn't know MJR was part of that crew. Pete Dorr, don't know who that is. Heinz Ketchup, not sure who that is. But the medical bills, yeah, I got some medical bills. Maybe I could get a GoFundMe and start begging. Actually, I would never do that. But medical bills, I see that that's a little different than maybe begging people for video games, stuff like that. Because it's medical bills. It's still begging, but I would say that's like if there's different levels of begging. Begging because of your medical bills, or maybe if you need a medical procedure done or something like that. It's a little different than begging for some rare Saturn games or something like that, I suppose, or just one game to complete your collection. So you gotta understand there's like multiple different types of e-begging. One day I might make a chart of e-begging, and it have all these branching trees, maybe as a special for 5,000 subscribers, something like that. Or maybe I just do it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just kind of a little, it's radical rambling. It's late at night and, a little sleepy. Trying to just get this out of the way before I crash to bed. Moral corruption affected this bunch of guys. In the early YouTube, in the spirit of early YouTube, like I've said before, it was just about broadcasting yourself. But when all the money gets involved, when all the egos get involved, when you have all these people thinking they're Hollywood celebrities, that's when things change. So I've heard from a lot of people that they wish there was something else to compete against YouTube. I think there was for a little bit, wasn't it vid.me, or there was something else it seemed to, capture a little bit of the spirit of old YouTube. But that would be pretty cool, a branch off, maybe something different. I don't know. It's just, there's so many things, George, about this platform that really kind of get you sad when you look at it. And corruption is a great word. I would call it infection, like an infection of the system. People, will ask me many times, why do you care? What does it matter to you about what happens? Well, George, it didn't matter to me until I got on the platform and I started seeing a lot of this. And if it was just a little bit, if it was isolated, that would be one thing. But I just keep feeling the more, the more I dig, the more I find. And the more I find that disgust me. The manipulation, the e-begging, the thing is, it's far, far too much for you and me, George, to combat. It really is. It is. And I hope these people understand, and I hope if any one of these people that I've criticized stop by this upload and listen to this, I don't have that much will in me, as a part-time YouTuber. I don't have the will in me. I don't have the firepower. I can't, if any of you think I can take on all of YouTube that I find corruption in, That's not possible. It just is. I hate to burst your bubble, but it isn't. Now, for me to come here and discuss things with you and be critical, yeah, we can always discuss things and be critical, but don't get it twisted. All right? This is not going to be some kind of a landmark movement that's going to change the face of YouTube. Okay? Just don't get it twisted. Temper your expectations. But I tell you, what this is going to be, it's always going to be a place for people like you, George, to come and, share your thoughts and feelings. Not just about YouTubers, but about, whatever you want to talk about.